hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Hello everyone, good evening. Good evening, good evening. How are you today? I'm good. I'm good. Yup, so I managed to fix the turret, so actually now it works perfectly. Well, anyway, it works well. We can decide also the distance, and I can show you. Now, at the moment I made the projectile fairly slow. And also I made a projectile homing. So basically, he searches for you. So he follows you. Alright? Which is kind of interesting. Hello, Hula. So tonight we will do the spin, Tonight we will do the spin for the next miniature. To determine who will win it. I'm sure you haven't slept without even find a way. No, I actually fixed it today. Not yesterday. But yeah, it was annoying that... but we were very, very close. Uh-oh. We fired a projectile at someone. Firing projectile, destroying projectile. I think I have to... Wait. I think I have to say... I think we have to say this. Target. Well, assuming the target is a valid... Why we decided to have an A actor instead of a PS character? Because Initiator, I think, is anyway always a PS character, Yes. Yeah, I think it makes little sense, actually. We should... At the moment, fire projectile should happen only on PS character. I mean, it doesn't make any sense otherwise, so... I don't know why I did a actor. And so basically our target is automatically... Right? Yeah. Okay, we'll do it this way. But before going there, so we will test it one more, I guess. The turret is shooting. Yeah, it's shooting. It is. I tested it and he shoots, yes. He shoots every 2 seconds, actually. Wait, we just have to teleport here. Bit higher. Now the turret does not rotate, right? So, ouch. He's attacking me already. Okay, now we will have to change. So if I enter into the zone, whatever is the zone, right? it will shoot me. Now the projectile is very slow. I did it by purpose so we can see it. You see? And you can also avoid it. Look. If I run, I can kind of avoid it. Wait, maybe not really. Ah, it's behind me! I think I will leave it like that. Because I think it's fun that... You see how he's homing? You see that he's following me? Ah! It's my same speed. Uh-oh, it broke. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's broken. No! The projectile is there. Ah, yeah, the server crashed. The server crashed. Interesting. Why the server crashed? Let me see. Process event queue. Event manager 96. This is not a nice one, huh? This is not... What way can I help you to escape? Just running or being out of range. If you go outside of the range, it will not shoot you anymore. The problem is that for some reason, and this is not very nice because event manager 96, I think is just the check trigger. So he's trying to process an event that has been deleted. So it seems that because if I go outside of the overlap area of the target area, right? Let me see if he had an end overlap. Yes, we had an end overlap, right? We had an end overlap. So basically what happens when I do end overlap, that's in blueprint. That's in blueprint, yes, but set should trigger false. And then we remove from root, right? So this was probably going to be garbage collected. Wait, there is a problem though. There is a problem. There is a problem though. There is a problem that is if... Basically, that event was already removed. That event was already removed from the queue, and we tried to process it anyway. And that is very annoying. And it is very annoying. The problem is that I don't know if I should use a weak pointer, right? But can I use a weak pointer with a bound U function or not? Because it will be safer, right? It will definitely be safer. The question is... I'm asking if I can use the... I cannot bind to T weak pointer though. Create a weak lambda. Have you already found another way of using the rocket following another part of the game? No, we never used the follow. You're suggesting to do this. The problem is that this function is the core of our whole game, right? Because it's the event manager, right? It's the event manager. Now it's just two functions, so I can change it anytime, right? I can change it anytime. But it's not very clear to me what I mean, how it is doing it exactly, right? It's not very clear. Wait a second. It's not very clear to me. So basically here in the push, why is passing is not passing a weak pointer here? I don't understand what this create weak lambda is actually doing. Jesus. Which automatically prevent calls into destroyed objects. So yeah, it seems to be... But I think we have two problems, because there is one problem. But the second problem is that I'm actually storing the, and I don't know if that's a great idea, right? I'm actually storing the timed event. So I will not need that anymore. No, I think it's okay. Because actually it's one timer for every player that enter into the zone. So actually in theory it is okay, I think. Okay, so this part may be fine. But the this part, right? This part is not very clear to me. So basically what he's saying that in the push, I use the lambda, but I don't understand why the push is not using a T-weak object pointer, right? I understand. Wow, this AI is explaining things very, very nicely. I mean, it's very, very nice. Okay, so I think we can try. To use this, right? To use this instead of the push that I have at the moment. And basically, so that is my way, my old way. Let me see what this thing is doing. So he's printing out the same thing that I have here. He's just returning invalid at the beginning, and then instead of creating a local delegate, he's transforming the event into a weak event, And then it's creating this lambda function, right? With a weak event in it. Okay, wow, I would never wrote it this way, never ever, so. We have the problem also of extend event, right? Because extend event has the same problem. And unfortunately it's actually used. I don't remember where, but it's actually used. It's kind of annoying that now basically what he's saying is that okay, I'm very interested to see if this works actually. You know, the problem is that this is very interesting. Anyway, AI has reached a point, I mean, where he's really explaining you things and he seems to be very right? So it's very, very nice actually. It's very nice. Okay, let's see. We changed the process event, no, the push event, right? And the extend event, which are, by the way, fairly core of our system, because every event in the game is basically scheduled through that function, right? And I did it myself by, you know, reading the internet and examples and trial and error and such, right? So it may not be the best way, I understand. And there is actually this article that seems to be suggesting to use this create weak lambda. And is in the official documentation. It seems to be a way to avoid a delegate calling an already garbage collected object, right? So, which is exactly what happened to us, right? Why we are firing a projectile to the consumer character, considering that that is not a player? That is very strange, huh? So when the game starts, right, when the server starts, it is actually firing a projectile because he has the overlap, right? Which is fine. And the overlap calls the request overlap, I guess. Request begin overlap. I think it's calling probably request toggle. We will have to check that because we don't want this to be activated by NPC. We really don't want that. The problem is that we can have the NPC inside, or we can have the so this trap as a range, right? So if the NPC is inside the range and the player comes into the range, so I think that yeah, the NPC should completely ignore the toggle, right? So that's pretty much the thing. So it should be a complete ignore, not just a, right? A complete ignore. While at the moment, I think at the moment we go through this. Maybe I can put it here. I think so. Because otherwise also your pet will trigger it, right? Now the question is what happens when you are on a mount as usual? Right? If you are on a mount, right? So in theory like this, it should not trigger on the, it should not trigger on the NPC. By the way, today we will do the giveaway, guys. We will do the giveaway, the next giveaway. So I have this wheel. And I will spin it. There are 3, 6, 7 people in it. That are the people that requested the participation to the giveaway back in the days. And we will spin it and see who is the next winner. We will do it later tonight, maybe in half an hour or so. Okay, let me see what happens now. I want to see if he still triggers for the NPC. Hopefully not. Okay, nice. So we got the overlap, but we didn't shoot, right? So we got the overlap, which is fine, but we didn't shoot. So this seems to be correct. Now, you know what may be a problem? A problem may be if a player disconnects next to a turret and when he reconnects, it's gonna die automatically. But it does it only once though now. It does it only once. Why does it only once? Why does it only once, boys? So basically the schedule didn't work, huh? This schedule didn't work. So you completely remove the he completely removed the problem is that it's not triggering multiple times. So for whatever reason, right, it's not doing what it should be doing. It's not. I think we trust this because it's basically doing the same that I'm doing, so I think it's fine. So the difference is, apart from this printout, that is not using the remove from root anymore, right? Is not using the remove from root or the add to root, which is a bit weird because what I knew is that if you don't do it, right? If you don't do it, this is going to be garbage collected. So the problem we have is that basically the timer doesn't fire, right? So with this new way, which seems better to me, but it looks like the timer never fires, right? The problem is that if I use ulog here, I think it will spam it. It will spam like a boss. I mean, we can try, but I think it will spam because this is every. I mean, there are a million events happening, so I think is if I do it like if I add a printout here, I think it will become a mess. But at the moment, it's not firing the second time, basically. It's not firing the second time. It's not firing the second time. It's firing only once, my boys. It seems like we have some connection issues. Everything working okay? Yeah, I guess now we will see a lot of spam, but let's see. But maybe no, because none of the triggers will actually execute. Because the fire, right? The fire is done. No, but actually, wait a second though, because the. I mean, if it does damage, it means that the trigger somehow worked, right? The question is, why it doesn't fire twice? Is the play is the check that I added not player? I don't know. Yeah, as you can see, we are generating a million events, and that's a bit of a problem. I mean, it will be very hard to follow. Well, it's not millions likely. I mean, it's a lot, but not. I was thinking it was worse than that. Ah, now it works. It killed me. Why now it works and before was not working? That's a bit weird, huh? That's a bit strange, huh? Well, I changed the process queue. That's for sure. Can it become day, please? Uh-oh.
Look up. It's the flying spaghetti monster.
Oh wow, he came back again. We have this spaghetti monster always on top of my house. And he's dripping down spaghettis. All the time. It's not becoming day anymore. Why is not becoming day anymore?
Hello? What are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing stuff. I think that this broke completely the passing of time, for example. So for example, this weather event, right? This weather game event, right? It existed up to a certain point, and then it stopped. So at the moment we are not having weather anymore. Wow. This is not working, huh? Yeah, but if it's not valid, I cannot print it. If it's not valid, I cannot print it. So I will never know what event is it. I will never know what event is it. But basically, this is an event that... So I think the AI gave us probably a good suggestion, but didn't consider that those events are going to be removed from the route and garbage collected somehow. Because I think it is what is happening. Like our weather event is basically stopping now. Because it's not linked to anything. Guys, in few minutes we will run the giveaway, for the existing people that already signed up. So I'm sorry,
you broke
cannot,
it, didn't you?
You cannot sign up. Yeah, I broke it. Well, I broke it together with the AI. I mean, it was a joint operation. Me and the AI together. In a team, we managed to break it, but we managed to break it.
So, how did you end up in this mess?
I ended up in this mess when I decided to create a auto shooting turret, which by the way works, but then it crashed when we went out of the boundary and entered again and went out and entered again, like if there was a bit of a concurrency problem. And I want to see the weather. Was there a weather there? Yeah, weather, yes. Weather 94, weather 95, right? Now the weather event is still there. Now the weather event is still there. Yeah, but you see now we got a bunch of events that were destroyed. And our weather event is gone, right? So, and now if I try to change the time, it will not work anymore. Oh, it is working. How it may work without weather? No, but the time is not passing, boys. I don't think the time will go on because now if I try to approach the turret, he's still shooting me. And he's shooting me because ouch. I need a potion. Thank you. Yeah, but you see, for example, that the healing didn't show up. No, I think that the AI fucked up here. This is exactly why I add in my code, right? I add in my code the add to root. The add to root and the remove to root. The events are being garbage collected because nothing owns them. You are right, yeah, exactly. But the fix is not add to root. That only hides the real problem and turns into leaks and undefined behavior later. What do you mean? Create event, push event, no strong reference, exactly. GC runs, event destroy, exactly, exactly. Timer never keeps, exactly. Exactly. There are 3 valid ownership models. Event manager owns schedule event. This measure original internet and the cleanest fix. Add a strong reference container. What is the difference? What is the difference between adding an array to event manager to actually hold all the events instead of just doing add to root? Huh? No, the creator cannot. No. Solution B is shit. Okay, it seems to be AI seems to be very convinced that the right way is the right way. Is very convinced, is very convinced that my add to root is a bad idea. And he's suggesting to add a T set. Yeah, but this T set, bro, will be insane. I tell you. I mean, we can add it. But there will be a lot of events in that list, right? A lot of events. You have no idea. Because I have some events that are firing every 200 milliseconds, right? Well, is that still true? Because actually I removed it from NPC tick. NPC client tick. NPC client tick, I think is for all NPC in the game, or what? PS NPC client tick. Wait a second, because I have to check this. Oh wow. Yes, is one global tick for everything. Well, actually we have one for tribe and one for NPC. Yeah, but anyway, he's always active, right? He's always active. No, I don't know if this is the greatest idea, but it is how our game works at the moment. So we have a tick which is actually pushed to an event every 0.25, right? And then NPC client triggers, and it does NPC manager tick. So it's one for all the NPC, right? So it's not super heavy in that sense. Claude is better at debugging. Yeah, Claude is pretty good usually as well. Yes, I use it often. Okay, so but definitely our triggers at the moment are garbage collected. I mean, that's evident, right? That's absolutely evident. So what this guy is saying, well, instead of adding to root, right? Instead of adding to root, put it into your object, into your event manager. So he's saying just add this. So a property of active events, and oh, by the way. Even Q. You already have it. What? No, this is never used. Yeah, we had a similar idea, because you see that we actually have the object, but we never use it. So it's this one, it's event queue actually. It is this one. It's the same one. The difference is that he wants to have it as a U property. No, but I don't think this is a good idea. Here we are cleaning up the. I think there is just a clear. No? Or a remove all. Hmm? Empty. 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 Yeah, I'm changing few things. I don't know if this is going to do damages, but fine. We have everything checked in Subversion, so I think it's fine. So what is, we can always roll back everything. So what he's saying is that when we do the push, right, instead of the event add to root, right, we will just add our thingy. So I don't know if he prefers to do it before or after. He does it here. He does it before the scheduling. Before the scheduling. Okay. Why we are not keeping weak pointers in our T set? That I don't know. But fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, nearly convinced me. Do we want to do the giveaway now, guys? Yeah, we are still using it here. No, let me do it. Sorry, let me do it after this because. We were not destroying the object, right? We were just removing from root, so we were basically doing the same. Yeah, we were not deleting. We were not deleting. We were just removing from root. Should we do the giveaway, guys? Giveaway time. Giveaway time. Do we want to do few empty spins just to randomize the wheel? I can do it on the other screen so you don't see it and you don't go crazy. There is also the applause, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna run it, guys. I'm gonna do the giveaway now. So this decides who is getting the next miniature. The next 3D printed miniature, okay? Is one of these 7 people. Ah, wait, I need to remove this guy because he's not available at the moment. So he's one of the 6 guys. Are you ready? I do one spin. Whoever it is, it is. Tell me if you are ready. Otherwise, I don't spin. By the way, the build is successful. Is anyone ready? I need at least one yes. No yes, no spin. No yes, no spin. Okay, no yes, no spin. Done. I will not spin. Easy. Now, I don't know if this idea of, because if you have a do what you want. What do you mean do what you want? It was not my question. My question was yes or no. I will ask it again later, maybe when some of the people are connected so they see it, right? I think it's better if there are some of the guys that are actually in the giveaway. I think that this NPC client tick is fairly stupid, right? Because we are ticking anyway, or no? So wouldn't it be better to just accumulate, the time? I don't think that this NPC tick is a great idea. I think we should actually remove it. Because I think that this is sticking anyway. No. This is sticking only when we do the event. Yeah. That is sticking only in that case. Yes. Fantastico. Let me see if our weather event is still up or not. Or also that one was garbage collected somehow. Yeah, you see that now the weather event works. But I really think we should change the NPC tick. I think having an NPC tick with timers running every 0.25 seconds is a very stupid idea. I mean, doing it with timers I think is not the greatest idea. Okay, let's see what happens now. Okay, it seems to work fine. Wait, wait a second. There's something in my eye. Annoying. Wait. Bam bam. Bam bam bam. Bam bam bam. Bam bam bam. Okay. I'm alive. I'm alive. Okay, so okay, let's try to do also the other change. Okay. Let me explain this to the AI. Let me explain this to the AI. I know already what he's saying, but I just want to validate, right? So in Unreal Engine, I have a class called NPC Manager, right? And this NPC Manager and it is responsible for the schedule of all NPC events like movement, attacks, etc. Right? Now when the object is in it, when PS NPC Manager is initialized, right? It's initialized. I do this. So I create, basically, I create a new UPS game event, which is a scheduled timer event, which is usually 0.25 seconds. As soon as that triggers, right? As soon as that because when this guy is triggering, I call my tick. I call NPC Manager tick that first of all schedules another timer for the next tick, right? And consider that my tribe tick at the moment is this, right? Right? So the question is, right? The question is, would it be more efficient to have a permanent tick? Let's not call it tick because I think that I'm confusing him. Let's call it execute. Let's call it execute. Would it be more efficient to have a permanent tick like a real object have? So, would it be more efficient to make this object, to make this class and a real object with a normal tick, right? With a standard tick function. And then inside the tick, just check the delta time and run and execute the NPC code when we reach tribe tick time. I mean, I think he will obviously say yes, but I want to see what he's saying. Yes, using per frame tick would emulate a 0.45 moment is usually less efficient. Using a per frame tick just to emulate a 0.55 second timer is usually less efficient. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So the cons is that I'm reallocating this NPC object all the time, right? But it's basically saying that my method is good. Ah. So what he's saying is saying to use a loop timer. He's saying to use a loop timer. It's not a bad idea. Because you see that he has loop through. This through is looping. Perhaps the player can use the fire arrow to lure the flying rocket. To lure the flying rocket, what do you mean? No, is detecting only players. So you have to be physically there to lure the shooting. You cannot do it. An NPC cannot do it. An object cannot do it. It must be a player character. Now we have to see what happens when you are on a mount, right? That I don't know. I think he likes our current solution. He actually likes our current solution. He likes our current solution, so maybe we don't change it. I mean, if it was very, very bad, I would change it now. But considering he's saying that it's good, and he would just change it to a timer with looping, which basically is doing the same, right? It's just a shorter code, but the logic is the same. Well, I mean, we are allocating objects now, right? Every time we create a new UPS tick event, but I think it's fine actually. I think it's actually fine. Okay, so let's remove. Okay, so now are we saying that now everything works or no? Are we saying that now everything works? I don't know. We can stress it a bit and see if push event was destroyed. Did we get any push event was destroyed in our log, by the way? 0. You see? 0. Okay, let's test it a bit, just to understand if this thing works or not, right? The problem is that this trap is doing a lot of damage, so I'm gonna die very soon. But so the first thing I'm gonna do, I will try to shoot the arrow through this building and through this NPC and see if this NPC is getting damaged, right? Ah. Ah. It is. Well. Do you think it's going to die? You see the arrow coming? The arrow is coming. And it's actually stopping at him. Why stopping at him, by the way? Yeah, now he's hitting me. Now he's hitting me. Didn't we say that? Didn't we say that? This is an interesting. There is an interesting thing. Huh? Do you think he stops at the building, or do you think he stops at the NPC? We can try to destroy the building and see what happens. No, it stops at the NPC. It definitely stops at the NPC. But this is a problem, huh? This is a problem. This is a problem. Destroying projectile. He's actually destroying the projectile. He's actually destroying. What is that? Is inside projectile? Destroying projectile. Ah, because we don't, because we, Target, so we check the damage, right? We check the damage. But we don't check if is an NPC. Right? So I think that here we should return, right? I mean, this do damage false is pretty stupid, actually. Because, this do damage true and false is very stupid. I think I should just return, because I don't want to do any of this anyway, right? I don't want to destroy the projectile. The projectile anyway is a maximum lifetime, and it will die by itself, right? So I think I just want to return, actually. Yes. If the originator is valid. If the originator is not valid, what do we do? So you know what? I think that all this should be here, actually. This happens... It happens at the same time, pretty much, right? Yes. Yes. Okay, this was a good test, eh? This was a good test. It was very exploitable. It was super exploitable, so you could just hide behind an NPC, you know, and not getting hit. Okay, that's good. Let's recompile and see. By the way, guys, we can run the next giveaway. Is any of the people that are part of the giveaway, so these people actually connected to the stream or not? If one of you is connected, I think I can run the giveaway. Any one of you? Then there are shield can be used against rockets. Shields. Well, you take less damage, but this will be poison damage. I think it would be fun to have the shield be able to block it, right? That would be fun, yes. But at the moment, there is kind of a poison something damage that we will have to add. Do we train a baby consumer for being a shield? No. No babies were harmed in this game. No babies were harmed in this game. Okay? These were all the tests that I did on the building carapace, right? All the tests. Okay, so now in theory the projectile, right, should go through the NPC and hit me. Which is a bit stupid visually, because you would say, oh, it must hit the NPC. But the NPC are not killing themselves, right? So with their own turrets. So that's the idea. So they don't kill themselves with their own turrets. And so if I now go here, it stops anyway. No. He moved. He moved and now he's hitting me. Okay, this is a problem. Well, it's a problem, or we can just leave it as this, right? So that you can still shield behind an NPC, but the NPC is not taking damage. At the moment, the NPC is not taking damage. This NPC is full health. He's not taking... No, because you know what is the problem? The problem is that... Yeah. The problem is that the projectile is hitting the first pawn, right? And because it's based on a collision profile, and the collision profiles just says pawn, and actually the NPC is a pawn. And so that is not very easy to solve. I mean, it's possible, but it's not very easy to solve. What if we do this? Why I cannot mount it? Huh? Why I cannot mount it? Because it's not mine? Or why? What the? Because this is not a mount, it's just a pet? No. This is not a mount. I mean, it looks like a mount, but actually it's not a mount because probably I changed the race. No. Maybe this is a mount. No, this is not a mount. Ah, shit. I wanted to test what happens with the no, it's going through objects. It's going through objects. Any object will not stop it. Because it's not a pawn, it's not a play, it's not a... So I can do... I can do this. Do we have a barricade here? No, we don't have a barricade. Shit, because there is the dummy database. There is the stupid database. There is the stupid database. There is the stupid database. Ouch. Well, not exactly. Not exactly. Flying through it, you see? Ouch! I'm 20 HP because it's based on the collision profile, right? It's based on the collision profile, and so I mean, in theory, we could make this NPC. I don't know. We can do pretty much what we want, right? But definitely the missile is stopping on the first creature. So he's stopping on this NPC. Ouch. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dying. I'm more dead. I'm super dead. I'm really dead. I'm giantly dead. I'm absolutely dead. Can I respawn in the death realm, please? Thank you. That's been painful. Okay, but I think that our system works. That is what I'm. That is what I'm. This is what I see. I see that our system is somehow working. Right? Guys, should we run the giveaway or not? Ouch! Stop shooting me! You stupid turret. Okay, now I want to do another test. The other test is if there are two players, right? If there are two players, are both players getting hit, right? Are there two projectiles? In theory, yes, there should be two different projectiles. Right? There should be two projectiles shooting two people. Because we actually check all the overlapping and we fire for each overlapping player. Right? So in theory we should see two missiles going through. Ah, real, huh? Okay, so this guy now is here. He doesn't see me, but he's... Uh-oh. He cannot move. He cannot move because he has like 3 million iron ore on him. Because we were doing the test of the overweight. Yeah, now he can move. I mean, not very fast, but he can move. Yeah, he can move fast. Okay, so now what we want to see if we get 2 missiles, right? One on this guy and one on this guy. Now it's not very easy to see because I have to move them and they will die. But let's start with this one. So I see that missile. Yes. 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 A million missiles. Oh my god, this guy's dead. What the? Uh-oh. I think it's happening more than normal. Wait. Okay, so did you understand what happened? Yes, I know what happened. What happened is that we shoot 2 missiles and we reschedule. And no. The fire should always be 1.
Oh, yeah!
Oh yeah! It was Duke, huh? Ah no, it was Serious Sam. It was Serious Sam, yeah. So basically now what is happening is that 2 people enter into the zone and we schedule double, and that's not correct because we fire because the fire, no, I need the fire here. Yes, exactly. The fire projectile is executed for every player that is inside the range. But then... okay, now this is correct. We are not rescheduling, right? No, we are not rescheduling the event inside of this. So here we are only spawning the actor, firing the projectile. Yes. But then sorry, I have a problem thinking through. So there is an area, right? There is an area. One player enters, and this generates the... yes, the problem is the end overlap then. Because the second play... Yes, I think the problem is the end overlap. Because when the second player enters, everything is fine. So you get 2 missiles. But then when one player exit... Right? The end overlap... The end overlap is saying, hey, are there any other actor in? Yes, there are, because the player 1 is still in, right? The player 1 is still in. So he's not executing this, right? So he's not oh, by the way, remove from route. Wait. Wait a second. No. That is not correct. Ay. No. This is not. This should not be removed from root anymore, right? So this should be removed from the set. So it should be NPC manager. Should be what? Should be event manager. Event manager. Event queue remove. But I think the best would be that we do it privately. Yeah, we must do it privately. We cannot do it this way. No, this thing must be private, boys. This thing must be private, 100%. I don't want anyone to touch. Well, actually, all of this should be private. Yeah. I don't want anyone to touch. I don't want anyone to touch these variables, right? Any other class. I don't want anyone else to touch these variables. And yes, we will have a get event queue, and we will have actually a add. We will actually have add event, right? No, wait, no, not even. I only need to be able to do the remove, right? Because the remove may happen from outside. So I know it's a bit stupid name, but I prefer it this way with this clear, right? This is you when another class wants to invalidate an event, right? Without processing it, right? Without processing, because that's the difference, right? So because you can say, oh, just call process queue. No, I want to remove it, okay? I want to remove it without processing it. And so I do my event queue remove event. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So now we can go back to that thingy and say remove event, right? Trap properties, the mage event. So we can do that, but what? Get whatever. No, but the problem is okay. This is not solving our problem, right? This is solving another problem. But our problem is at the moment that when one player exits, it seems that two darts are still shooting. Why two darts are still shooting? Why two darts are still shooting? Considering I only have one event, no? I only have one event. I mean, I'm pretty sure I only have one event. Am I scheduling two events? No, I should schedule one event. Request toggle. Request toggle. Okay, so what happens at the moment is that when the first player enters, we start a timer, right? And we are shooting this guy. When the second player enters, we are starting another timer that is shooting the other guy. And then when this guy exits and there is still one in, the timers are not removed. But this was not the original idea. The original idea was that if a timer already exists, right, I'm not creating a new one. Otherwise, it becomes a total mess. So let's say if the turret is already shooting, right, it just shoots to 2 people instead of 1, but it's already shooting, right? So I don't start another timer. I cannot start another timer. I cannot. I should not. So basically I need to start another timer here only if there is not already a timer, right? Now the problem is how the hell can I check if this is valid, right? Well, I think I can, because I can do if trap properties damage event is valid, right? So if it's not valid, we can do this. If it's valid, we do nothing. So we assume that there is already something running, and so I'm not gonna run another one. And then when my tick happens and I do the fire, I scan all the players, because this is what is happening, right? When this thing fires, right? Fire projectile. We scan all the people. No, not here. I mean, in the next tick of this shit. Yeah, in the next tick of this thing. Right? Yes, we scan all the overlapping actors. So we basically shoot 2 projectiles, right? Yes. I think this will fix our current problem. We are both dead, by the way. The trap worked perfectly. It killed us both. Should I do the giveaway, guys? It's giveaway time! Is there any one of these people currently connected to the stream? Or Sildren, Tutarel, Moin, Stalfos, Gonger, Anisu, is any one of you connected at the moment to the stream or not? I think it would be best to do it when you are online, but at the same time I would like also to do it so that I can work on the next miniature and have it done, you know? Any one of you? No, huh? I think I will run it anyway. Should we run it anyway, guys? Should we run it anyway? No. Should we wait them? Okay, we can wait them. We can do it tomorrow. Makes no difference anyway, one day. Congratulations! Congratulations. Okay. So let's see if now it works as expected with 2 clients, right? And then we need to test also a mount somehow. I don't know why that is not a mount. I mean, it's a Rivnak, but it's not a mount. That's very strange. We can check characters, and we can check the relationship between 116 character relationships, where character ID equal to 116. He's saying familiar. I don't know if you should say mount. I think he may be saying mount actually, or no. No. And then why that is not a mount? Because 286. 286. 91. I don't remember how we know that this is a mount. In theory, it's by the race, no? Ah, no, character type. Character type is... We don't have it in the... we don't have it in the documentation. Crap. Okay, character type. Yeah, I think it's 4 or something. Character type mount is 3. And mount pet is 4. Yeah, it should be 4. Should be 4. At the moment it's 2. Okay, if we change it to 4, I think that becomes a mount. And we can mount it. Bam, 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 bam. So we may try with a mount. If it works. I don't know if it works, but we can try. And then I have to go, my boys. But we made good progress, actually. So stuff seems to be working, actually. I mean, now it is a bit of a problem with double players, but that was kind of expected, right? The teleport, unfortunately, is in the location where the thing's shooting me. Okay. Let's try with the mount, if the mount actually works, huh? Does the mount work or no? Can I mount the mount? Ah, I can now. Okay, now I'm mounting the mount. So in theory, it should do damage to me, right? Normally. Ah. It's not even triggering. Okay, it's not even triggering. So it means that the overlap, it means that the... Yeah, we have to do, I mean, as usual, right? If you are on a mount, everything needs to be checked. So we have to transfer, right? We have to transfer the check from the mount to the character. To the rider. Okay, so the mount at the moment is breaking the system. Okay, fine. It's just that we know it. Okay. Now I want to do the same test of 2 players, right? Same test. So we will have to fix the mount, right? We will fix the mount. Don't worry. That is relatively easy because it's just to say, oh, if you are on a mount, do the damage, or anyway, check the rider, right? Check the rider. And do the damage to the rider. I mean, we could also allow you to exploit this, because anyway, when you are on a mount, you cannot attack. So you cannot destroy the... But I think it would be nice if the mount could be killed, right? And maybe that gives a delay in the respawning of the mount. I don't know. I think it would be nice if you get if the mount gets killed. Maybe fantastic. Okay, let's get the other guy. And let's no. And let's have the daylight here as well. Okay, so this guy goes in this direction. Now I walk in. Okay, we see the missile, right? Why the missile is going up and not... Huh? Uh-oh. What happened? It's not triggering the second time. There are two problems. One is the missile is seen by the other player wrongly. Or not. Let me check a second. Yeah, for sure. It's going up. The missile is going up. Why the missile is going up? Huh? And also, I think I can kill another player if I stay behind him. That's not a great idea. I mean, if I trigger the trap, if another player is in front of me... no, because the trap will trigger already. No, that's not possible. Well, I can do this. What? Yes, I can. I can do this, yes. I can damage the other guy. This is not very nice. I can damage the other guy because yes, basically I'm shooting the... But it's okay, I think. I mean, it's a bit annoying because you can basically kill another person. So it's a PvP, right? It becomes a PvP thing. So you bring people, you say, oh, come with me. I show you something, right? Then you bring the new player, the noob, into the camp of these guys, and then you kill him by having the turret shoot him, right? Okay, but we have a problem. We have a problem that now that I am doing the check for the timer, if the timer already exists or not, it doesn't work anymore. Why is shooting only once? I don't understand. What? I mean, not only it shoots only once, but I mean, it shoots only to me and not to the other. But also, it doesn't continue shooting, right? Which means that the check that I just added is not working. Which is this. So it works for single player, right? But it doesn't work for multiplayer. Anyway, guys, I need to go. I think we are kind of close. At least it works partially. It works partially. One thing that is very strange is why I see the missile, right? In the other client, right? In the other client, I see the missile going a completely different direction. I don't understand. Ah! I don't know, sometimes it works, sometimes... I'm gonna die anyway. Why is not shooting to this guy? I don't understand. I mean, this guy's not overlapping? I mean, it's overlapping for sure. Strange. I will have to check that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. I think we will run the giveaway tomorrow, unless one of the people in this list connected, because I will run it only when at least one of them is watching the stream. Is any one of these people watching the stream right now? Yes or no? No, huh? Okay, so we run it tomorrow. This is our secret check, you know, our secret check. Okay, guys, have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. We will probably continue with this, I guess, or do more. I want to have, for example, one building that is able to heal all the people, all the creatures around, right? So you have to destroy that building first. That would be the idea, instead of just fighting the creatures endlessly. And yep, I will see you tomorrow evening. If you want to play our game, remember you can download it from our website. And yeah, you can also connect to our socials. If you want to become a Patreon, that would be fantastic. And bye.